All right. What's up, everybody? Okay, all of you nerds in the comment section, stop arguing about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torn of the Golden Country. One of them is the full base game, the other one is a separate standalone. You kind of need both of them to enjoy the whole thing in its outright, okay? Xenoblade gives you more hours, Torna is an expansion to the game. Stop comparing the damn two of them, okay, guys? Jesus Christ. So I gotta explain this to you Xeno nerds every time that I have a live stream. Alright, you kind of need both of them. Play Xenoblade 2, the base game first, then play Torn of the Golden Country. Simple as that. There's no need to say, well, that one's better than this one, and this one's better than that one. Okay? It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country. It's not called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You shouldn't play me separately and independently from the other game because I want to compare and contrast these two damn games. They're freaking connecting to each other. So play one of them, and then when you have the money, play the next one. Plain and simple. Are we clear on this? So this stupid conversation never comes up again. Alright? This will be the last time that I'm telling you nerds about Torna and about Xenoblade 2, okay? You kind of need both of them. You can play Torna first, whatever, then play Xenoblade 2, or you can play Xenoblade 2 first, then play Torna. But they're so damn connected to each other, there's no point in even comparing them. Now, if you want to compare Torna and Xenoblade 1 or X, that's not even a good comparison. If you want to do Xenoblade 2 versus Xenoblade 1, whatever, or Xenoblade 2 versus X, that's fine. But Xenoblade Torna versus Xenoblade 2, what the hell? That's like the Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other. Okay? You kind of need both of them. All right. End of rant. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the music. That was somebody asked, it was Gangplank Galleon from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Gangplank Galleon, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Let's see here. Saves David Drayton. Somebody 6'4" and looks the way that you look. You shouldn't be saying that. What are you talking about? You're the one who's taking all the ladies, my man. Oh my gosh. But thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Just got the haircut. I like how quick it is. I can always just schedule an appointment, and I can always schedule an appointment, and then I can be in and out in like less than 30 minutes. It's great. All right. So, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you guys didn't take my rant too hard. No, seriously. Like, let me just answer this for the last time. Let's be real about this, guys. What I was saying was real. The rant was real, but what I was saying was this. Torn of the Golden Country is its own game. It's a standalone. But it's by no means a full game in terms of a Xenoblade experience, what you expect. Okay? It's an expansion. It's its own game. It's a separate game. You don't need Xenoblade 2 to play the game. It's a standalone. But at the same time, it is you'll see scenes from Xenoblade 2 that are actually acted out in Torn of the Golden Country. Okay? So you can play either way, but one of them's a base game that's going to give you the regular Xenoblade hours, which is hundreds of plus hours. And then the other one is a game that even if you did everything on a first run through, you're looking at about maybe 50 hours. If you don't do everything, which sucks, but if you don't do everything, then you're looking at about 20 hours maybe or so, okay? So, and even if you do New Game Plus, there's some harder bosses that you can do and things like that. I mean, max, you're getting like maybe 100 something hours. Max, if you can double that on New Game Plus run, probably not though, because you're going to be really strong and there's just not as much to do. So max, you're looking at maybe 100 hours, and that's generous for Xenoblade, and that's doing everything in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours. Like even like as you keep on do one more thing, like something else comes up. Like it's crazy. So it's hard. It's not a comparison that you're saying, which one should I get? No, you should get both of them. Because you're going to be seeing, if you buy Xenoblade 2, you're going to be seeing a bunch of scenes from Torn of the Golden Country. There's actual scenes from there, right? So you're going to be seeing a bunch of stuff from Torn of the Golden Country. You're going to be like, I want to see what happened there. I want to know what happened. Because Torna has very particular things, and I'll get that donation in just a bit. Very particular things in them. If you play Torna first, you're going to be like, oh, wow, Jin does something crazy. There's crazy stuff that happens later because you've seen Xenoblade 2 already. So there's not one, it's not either or which one do I get first or not. It's, well, I'm going to get to both of them eventually. There's no, oh, well, I'll pick this one. Who cares? You can literally throw a dart at a board and pick whichever one that you want to pick first. I guess at this point, if you're trying to decide, maybe Torna might be the better one to pick up first because Torna will be quicker. So maybe you pick up Torna first, play that, get through all of that because it's quicker, and then you head into Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is going to be the long, huge 50 hours plus on a first run if you don't do everything, and if you do side quests, hundreds of hours. So that's the thing that I would say. If you still haven't picked up either game, pick up Torna first, play that, get through that, be confused as hell, and then move on to Xenoblade 2, and I'll fill in the gaps. All right, so Nintax with the subscription, thank you so much. Appreciate that with the Twitch Primey. 7 months of support, so thank you so much. Also, shout outs to Matthew Hammond with a $1.99 donation through Super Chat, and he says, he has the emotes. He has the "Don't forget me" high-pitched OJ. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. So yeah. Don't forget me. Let's see here. But the thing about it is, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna have slightly different. They have the same core battle system, but they have tweaks. Torna is definitely made. It's a lot easier to get a grasp of the battle system and to do certain things. Xenoblade 2 is a bit more complex. But the gameplay is essentially the same, to be honest. Although there's some really nifty changes and things in Torna, but Torna just doesn't have the flexibility in terms of full combat like Torna. Like Xenoblade 2 has. Like Xenoblade 2 just has way more options. Torna has way less options because there's way less people to use in the game. But what they've done with those people is ingenious. Like how you inflict topple and status effects and certain things is absolutely genius. It's like the people back then were way stronger than the people in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna of the Golden Country, you actually fight with Driver and Blade. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you do, but you only do it in certain time period. Like, you only do it in certain things. Like, Laura and Jin were the originators of the Blade and the Driver fighting together in tandem. So I kind of feel like that combat's more true to what I think they wanted to do. But they just didn't think about the system in terms of, like, the switching. They just didn't think about that when they made Xenoblade 2. Then they realized that, oh, snap, we can do this. I mean, because we're not going to have all this Blade crap in the game. So I think that was a mechanic in terms of switching between them at any point that they thought of in, like, after Xenoblade 2. I think that mechanic probably would have been in Xenoblade 2 if they thought about it, but they didn't think about it. You know, they didn't think about it. I personally didn't think about it because that's a cool mechanic. Why wouldn't you put that in there in the base game, you know? I think they thought about that after because of the limitations, because they're not going to have as many blades. So they needed to think of ways to make the combat more engaging and satisfying without having 5 billion different blades and all these different rare blades that you can pick from. So I think that's the reason why. But anyway, we're done with that, guys. We're going to move on. We're going to move on from this. Yo, what's up? What's up, Frank Rodriguez? How you doing today, my man? In terms of New Game Plus, there's a few different things that Torna does. I meant to say ban high-pitched OJ. Ban high-pitched OJ. All right. All right, so let's go on and continue on here, guys. If you guys want me to say hi to you in the chat, feel free to say hi, and I will say hi back. Also, some Nintendo Switch news. We'll be getting into that. Also, in terms of Ninja news for the channel, we had 2 good videos. Best Buy leak with the stuff. We will be doing a nightcap of PE Live where we'll talk more about that. So we'll get to that later. And then also I had a video on that. And then I also had a video on Darksiders War Mastered Edition, a little bit of a PE review. And I like the should you buy reviews that I do because you know what? I could go through the game and scour and spoil things. I don't want to do that. I'm going to tell you guys if the game's good. I'm going to tell you guys if it's worth the money. I'm going to show you guys the meat and potatoes of the game. I'm going to let you guys know how many hours you're going to get in the game overall. And then I'm going to say, hey, here's the gameplay. You guys want to buy it? You can buy it. If not, you can wait. But remember, guys, when I do my videos like should you buy, that doesn't mean you should buy at full price. That does not mean that. A lot of people assume that. Oh, well, that means, oh, should I rush out there and go buy it that day? No. It means should you buy the game. That means at any point. It can mean from 1 year from now. It can mean 2 years from now. You can buy it whenever you want. You can buy it so whenever I do these should you buy things, that doesn't mean you should rush out there and go buy it day one. It just means that it's a game that if I say, yeah, you should buy it, then yeah, you should buy it at some point. But it doesn't have to be right then and there. So I need to make sure that I make that more clear in my videos, and I'll make sure I say that. But yeah, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's $29.99. Oh, old dude, that's bruh. It just means that you should buy it at some point. You can get it on sale, do whatever you need to do. You can wait till it's $4. I don't care, but you should buy it at some point, you know? So anyway. Elias says, "Oh, thanks for the epic rant and clarification." No problem. I made sure to do a rant, a silly rant that's gonna make you guys laugh, and also do a serious rant so you guys know what in terms of the games and everything like that. But like, it's not like I said, it's literally the Spider-Man thing. It's like it's the Spider-Man meme. Like they're pointing at each other. Like you kind of need both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like you honestly need both of them because there's too many scenes from Torna. There's too many scenes in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You see all these scenes from 500 years ago. In Torna the Golden Country, you know all these things that happen. You actually see things, and there's scenes from Xenoblade 2, and you're gonna want to play. Plain and simple. I mean, there's no there's no point in arguing against the two because you literally need to play both of them in order to get the full grasp of the story. So there's no point in arguing which one you should. I mean, you should play. I mean, if anything, you should play Torna the Golden Country. If you have the money, play Torna the Golden Country first, because it's quicker and you can just do that. I mean, then again, you know, or you can play Xenoblade 2 first, or you can play them at the same time. I don't care. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and say hi to everybody here in the chat. We already got over 100 people. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button and share the stream if you guys are liking these day streams as well. Trying to do my best to get you guys these ones at least a couple times a week during the day, a day stream for you. Let's go. Let's see here. Yo, what's up? What's up, Bobby? How you doing today, my man? All right, so Frank is here. Shout out to Elite Ninja Frank. Rodriguez is here. Elias is here. What's good? Warborn is here. What's good, man? Jetty is here. What's good? Elite Ninja Jetty. Elite Ninja J2 Blue is here. X Knight says, hello, nice opening. It needed to be said. Yes, it needed to be said. X, is it 9? No, 11? 11 plus 15? That was kind of the first person, not a review. Well, actually, it was a little bit more of a review because the reason why I say it's not first impression, because I've actually played way more than that, and I told you guys how many hours was in the game. I said it's going to get you this many hours or so, and it's also going to get you, like, there's certain dungeons that are like Zelda-like, but I said I don't want to show you guys that. You can experience it yourself. So the way that I do my reviews is a bit different. I'll tell you guys things because I know, because I've played the game more so than what you guys are seeing, but I'm not trying to sit here and spoil the game for you. Like, too many times I watch reviews, they freaking show you too much. All you guys need to know whether to buy the game or not is a few different things. It's not a first impressions, at least how I'm going to be doing it, not that. Because first impressions don't tell you things like, oh, well, you get this many hours in the game. That's not what a first impressions does. So it's a little bit of my style of review in terms of it. But yeah, I've been playing the game. I've been playing the game quite a bit. And more than that, I just showed you guys off the first part there. And I told you guys things that were later, which I didn't show you guys dungeons. I didn't show you guys, obviously I didn't show you guys lighter parts of the game, but I told you guys the hours and stuff like that you're going to get. So I told you guys all the important things and the style of it, what you can do, upgrades, things like that. But I'm not going to sit there and show you guys everything or show you guys, oh, well, in this part, you see, I'm flying through here. And like, I'm not going to, y'all don't need to do all that. That's a waste of time. Show you the game, show you what's cool about it, talk about it a bit more, and then you guys decide whether you want to buy it or not. I'm tired of traditional reviews. They're garbage in my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. So that's my opinion on what I'm talking about in terms of my review. If you don't like it, if you want to call it an impression, go ahead. But I'm gonna call it a review. So all right, so TCRX Gaming, what's good? Dave Gaming, what's up, man? Danny Ingram, what's good? Hector P, what's good? Dank Meme, what's up? Be More Akuma. I see Suzumi's here as well. Matthew Jenkins, what's good? Party Man, Elite Ninja Party Man is here. Katana Riku, shout out to Elite Ninja Katana Riku is here. Let's see, OG doing the nerd voice is funny. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, O'Neil Garcia. Gabcom is here. Hunter N64 is here. What's good, man? Let's see. Deontay Hancock is here. What's good? Elite Ninja Jakin is here. What's up, man? Murdoch Loco is here. What's good? Solomon Solo 17 is here. What's up, man? Nistro 1640 is here as well. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's see here. Thirsty, OJ? I'm a little thirsty, guys. I'll be honest. I didn't drink too many liquids this morning. My voice is also still recovering from Sunday, believe it or not. Even though it's already Wednesday, my voice has been my voice is still recovering. So I've been trying to drink some, get my vitamins and everything. I actually ran out of a multivitamin too. These Gold Emblem drinks, they have a bunch of different B vitamins in them. Vitamin D, B3, vitamin B, B6, B12, and biotin. So not bad at all. Let's see here. Let's see here. What are you talking about, Barbarian? Shout out to my man. Let's see here. VC is here. Shout out to Lady Ninja VC. What's good? Let's see here. Darksiders 2 is better than 1, but they're both gems. That's subjective. I think I'm probably liking Darksiders 1 more than Darksiders 2, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I guess that goes without saying. That's subjective. Dake Meme Center says, OJ, no shout out for my boy VC. I did say VC shout out. Sean Diamond, shout out to Ninja Sean Diamond. I just said VC. I just said a shout out to VC. Let's see here. What's up, Sean? Angel Page is here. What's good? Broadbeam. What are you, Suzumi? Half the time you say stuff, I have no idea what you're talking about. The black case for Darksiders 3 looks clean. You mean Darksiders, the original Darksiders War Mastered Edition for the Switch? Are you talking about that one? That case? Let's see. Shout out, yo, co-captain of the Viking Nation, Elite Ninja, Fury Tigers here as well. I don't know what Suzumi's talking about. Broadbeam. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Positive Waves is here. What's good? What's good, Positive Waves? Good to see you here. Nelson, what's up? Nelson Yatsu's here as well. Your name's too long, so I'm just gonna abbreviate it or just shorten it up a little bit. Good to see you here as well. Dorkman, what's up, man? Good to see you here. So that's the Elite Ninja Dorkman as well. Thank you for coming out to the stream. All right. I think I pretty much got everybody. Hector P, what's good? Elite Ninja, or no, not Elite Ninja, just Hector P. What's up, Hector P? How you doing today, my man? M. Williams is here as well. What's good? What's good? Did I say Warborn? Either way, shout outs. Nicholas Warlittle, what's good, Nicholas? Good to see you here as well. Elite Ninja. Elite Ninja's here as well. Good to see you guys. Always good to see the Elite Ninja roll through to the village during the streams. Appreciate you guys. Shall we get into the first topic here? Shall we get into the first topic? Starlink Battle for Atlas. Got a production update. So the developers over there at the official Ubisoft page has talked about Starlink Battle for Atlas, and the game has not lived up to sales expectations. And hold up, let me go ahead and do this real quick, guys. I got to put Matthew in as the top stream ninja. Thank you, Matthew, for the $1.99 donation. That was the first donation, and of course, top stream ninja. I also want to say big shout outs to Dawson31 and Big Bailey. They did member up while we were off air, so thank you so much. And also, Dr. Keyblade actually donated $5 off stream. So we actually got to put, since it was today, it was technically today, we got to put him up here. So Dr. Keyblade is actually the top stream ninja since he donated $5 today. All right. All right. So there you go. But shout outs to Matthew Hammond. You're on the side. You're right over here. You're on the side. Right there. There you go. Your name's right up there. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. So let's continue on here, guys. Starlink Battle for Atlas production update. The pilots of Starlink Initiative. Thank you so much for the response. It's been doing good. So I'm going to abbreviate this, or I'm going to summarize this. Basically, the game didn't sell up to expectations, so they're not going to be doing any more toys for the game. So the toys are done. However, they are going to continue to support the game. We have the big April update with the Star Fox racing stuff and different tweaks and new missions and all that. That's all getting added in this month. And they're also going to continue to support the game after that. So I'm guessing all platforms, but they particularly mentioned the Nintendo Switch in their update here. But they just basically said, despite the immense and continuous support from our players, the sales for Starlink Battle for Atlas fell below expectations. Consequently, we recently made the decision to not release any more additional physical toys for the spring update and in the future. As part of our effort to do by the community and everything, they're going to continue working on their biggest update for the game ever, and I'm pleased to let you guys know there will be all new digital ships, pilots, and weapons to collect. So they're probably going to sell digital stuff, right? Additionally, there's going to be a ton of free content to expand your games such as additional missions, challenges, and new activities to engage throughout Atlas, including content that was inspired by community suggestions such as outlaw racing. So there you go. They're grateful for the support and everything. But I think the biggest issue with this game, Starlink Battle for Atlas, the biggest issue with this game is the fact that they decided to go to Toys to Life route. If this game was a complete game in terms of all the content that you get, if everything was in here for the $60, then I don't think people would have a problem. But the Toys to Life genre is just an issue. Like, the digital version was better than the physical version. And then on top of that, like, there's certain things that you need to buy. Like, let's say you buy the physical version for, like, it was like 80 bucks or something like that, whatever it was. I mean, you don't even get all this stuff. Like, the digital version's better. So you get punished for literally buying the toys, you know? You get punished for buying the toys, and that is a problem. I mean, if you're going to do Toys to Life, that's cool. And I understand that they're trying to appease both bases, like people who don't want toys cluttering up everywhere and people who do. But at the same time, if you buy the starter pack, you should have got all the digital stuff too. It should have came complete. The starter pack should have came. If you buy the Star Fox thing, it should have came complete with all the stuff. You have to buy all the other toys, or digitally buy all the things, or digitally buy more of them. That's stupid. I think that was probably the dumb thing with this game, and what doomed them in general was basically Toys to Life. If this game wasn't Toys to Life, let's just say it was a sick collaboration with Star Fox in there, and they didn't focus on toys and they just focused on the game itself and 60 bucks, then this game would have done a lot better. But people don't like the Toys to Life thing. And it's still, even at this point, even at a cheaper price point, people still, I mean, like when you go to the stores, you can get the game for cheaper, right? But you still have to buy the extra stuff, like with the toys, like the digital stuff. So it's just, a lot of people don't see it as worth it, especially with the Switch. There's a lot of games, you know. Now, if this game would have came out on the Wii U, I think it would have done really well if it came out on the Wii U, you know, at the time. It would have done really well. But Toys to Life, this whole Toys to Life thing is dead. And, it was a valiant effort to try for them to bring it back, but unfortunately, they didn't give you enough value within the most expensive package. And then by the time it started getting discounted, it was too late. People already had a negative opinion on there. So that's my thoughts on the whole, you know, this whole Starlink thing. Obviously, the Switch version did the best. You know, I doubt the PS4 and Xbox version did anything, because they particularly mentioned the Switch version of the game. And there's a lot of support and everything, and I get that, but I mean, I think what they need to do is make a Starlink 2, and they need to just, hey, let's just make a normal game. You know, can we make a normal game? You've got the engine, you've got everything that you need, you know what I'm saying? Everything's running fine, and that's the thing that I don't understand with trying to but trying to nickel and dime consumers out there, especially even if you buy like the big Star Fox package. It's like, wait a minute, hold up here. The game is fun. I like the game. I mean, there's some variety issues and things like that, but the game is actually ridiculously fun. But you're running on the Snowdrop engine. You didn't have to create a whole new engine for this game. So there's no reason to nickel and dime people like you were doing, as if the development of this game was so expensive, as if it was like some type of freaking Red Dead Redemption GTA Online, like you need something like that. No, you don't. They should have just charged 60 and this game would have been fine. But unfortunately, they decided to do the route that they went. So it is what it is there. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let me know your thoughts. So the real issue is that it was not a Switch exclusive. That's not the real issue. If it was, they wouldn't have lost so much money of the cost, production, distribution. No, that's not it at all. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, VC. One, you don't know the cost of the game. That's the first thing. Two, you don't know PS4 and Xbox One development at this point with the Snowdrop engine that's already on there. The game is on PC. It's made on PC, then it's ported over to systems. The problem isn't production on PS4 and Xbox One. It's a Snowdrop engine game. It's a game that was not a very expensive game to begin with in terms of development wise. Not a very expensive game to begin with. And on top of that, they probably started on this game before the Switch was even a thing, or before they even got dev kits. Switch was added in extra. So if they would have just dropped the production of the PS4 and Xbox One, they would have lost out on money of all that production time beforehand. So the Switch version was probably added in later. So to blame the Xbox One and PS4 and to say that it wasn't, I mean, unless you're joking, to blame those two versions of the game to say that's the reason why that this game did not do as well, that's absolutely ridiculous. When the base game of it was built off the Xbox One and the PS4 in the first place. Switch came in later, and devs didn't get Switch development kits until late into the game. You know what I'm saying? Until maybe Ubisoft had them in 2016. The game came out in 2018. So I mean, to blame PS4 and Xbox One, I find that ridiculous. Let's see here. Hector P, calm down with Hector P, calm down with all of the questions, and just relax. If you really want to know all this stuff, man, check out my videos on Hellblade. Check out my videos that I already have on the channel. We answered all these questions for you if you simply just watch a few videos, my man. All you got to do is watch a few videos on the channel, and you'll get those answered, dude. Just watch a few videos on the channel and get those answered. You can see Hellblade on the Switch. There's plenty of reviews. There's all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of resources. I mean, like coming to a live stream and asking people here without seeing anything yourself is a bit irresponsible, man. So just calm down, and check out the channel. Check out the channel for if you need help on that. Because the last thing that I want is for somebody to give you something, give you a suggestion, all that here randomly, somebody that you don't even know or whatever, and then you go out there, you rush out there and you get it, and then you didn't even see the game beforehand. So check out what's available to you. You have the internet. You have resources, just use the internet or use the channel and you can see the game and then you can make a decision from there or you can watch a review. All right, so moving on. Dawson31 says, it's a shame because I really enjoyed Starlink. Bought it digital day one and didn't have an issue with it. Hopefully they don't do the Twice to Life next time. Yeah, exactly, Dawson31. And thank you for the membership. I do appreciate that, my man. Thank you for the membership. Being a brand new member. Yeah, it's a shame. It is a bit of a shame. Let's see. Kurt Asher says, "Hi OJ. Why is it that you prefer to play this game on a dead system?" What do you mean I prefer to play this game on a dead system? What are you talking about, Kurt Astra? Frank Rodriguez says people like toys and all, but it was also another thing that they made people sort of kind of second guess the game. Yeah, exactly. I remember John was like, "Oh, well, yeah, to get through to solve this one boss, you need." You need this type of weapon that doesn't come with the base package of the game. The most expensive package of the game, which was the Star Fox package, doesn't give you everything. And that, to me, was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. Now, if they give you everything in that Star Fox bundle and it was $79.99, it probably would have done a lot better. But the fact that they didn't give you everything, and even after it's cheaper, you still have to buy all the other stuff. It's just messy. I mean, I bought everything because I wanted to support the developers, but it's just a messy type of thing, It's just a messy type of thing. Let's see here. And yes, Hector P, I understand that you're busy, but I think that you're gonna get some bad information if you sit here and randomly ask people in a chat about certain games. You're gonna get some bad information, and I don't want that to originate. Oh well, I was in OJ's chat and his chat gave me crap information on what games to buy or something like that. I don't want that to be a thing, because trust me, that's a thing on many other people's channels. Like, I was there and I was asking things, and his community sucks, or his community said something they were wrong. So I really don't want you to make misinformation. I know you've been busy and everything, but try to find some time to watch like a 5 or 6 minute review on a game. I'm pretty sure you've got enough time to find, to kind of find out smaller reviews or should you buys that are barely anything that you can use when you're on the toilet, or that you can watch when you're on the toilet, dude. So I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find some time to do that. Watch a small review or something like that, or check out a small video on the game. But yeah, man, I just don't want that to be a thing, because that's why I have to kind of intercede, because like that's happened to me before, where I was in OJ's chat and his community said this, and I'm like, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we go. So yeah. Let's see. Frank, I think I already answered that. Aiden Quiz says, yo, how you doing? What topic are we on, by the way? We're talking about Starlink Battle for Atlas. Starlink Battle for Atlas, and kind of how the game didn't live up to expectations, but they're going to continue to make content for it. Crit Astra says, places, and by dead system, I mean the Wii U. You didn't comprehend what I was saying, Crit Astra. I said if this game came out on the Wii U, not that I'd rather play it on the Wii U. I said if this game came out on the Wii U, like during the Wii U era. That's what I meant. Like back when the Wii U was alive somewhat. If it came out back in 2014 or 2013, I think people would have been more receptive towards it. That's what I was trying to say. Frank Rodriguez says the game was a lot of fun for sure. Not perfect at all, but I love this kind of genre, so I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot too. I streamed it a couple times, did some Let's Plays on it. I found it very fun. Let's see here. Let's continue on here. Dream64 says, I wonder, player, since do you think the Starlink devs should take on the next Star Fox? I mean, I think it'd be cool if they did. Yeah, if Nintendo should give them a shot. If Nintendo doesn't want to make it themselves, absolutely they should take on the next Star Fox. I mean, there hasn't been a new Star Fox game in quite some time, right? Like a brand new, like not like a retelling of the original. Like there hasn't been like an actual new Star Fox game to push the franchise forward in a long time. So I mean, I'd be completely down for them getting a shot at it. They've proven that they can make airplane mechanics. Starlink is a ton of fun. It's a great game. So I mean, yeah, I think they've earned that shot. They've earned it. I'm waiting for Starlink for that beautiful price point of $10. $10 for like what, the physical edition or the digital edition? I don't know if it'll ever be $10 for everything. Andre Wine says Battle for Atlas was bad in my opinion. Hey, you have to pay for new weapons. Well, yeah, that's what we were talking about. That was the biggest problem with the game. That was the biggest issue, is that you have to pay. Like they should have just gave you everything With that Star Fox bundle, you should have got everything. You should. I don't understand why you pay $89.99 for the game and then you're missing all of this stuff, which I mentioned multiple times. Like, yeah, man, like that sucks. Like, you're missing all these different things with the most priciest part of the game. I don't, or the priciest bundle of the game. I didn't understand. On top of that, there's an extra download too. On top of that, there's an extra download. So it's like, not only do you, if you buy you are punished doubly. There's an extra download, and then on top of that, like, you also are missing weapons and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see. I haven't played Starlink. Does it feel arcade more than simulator? It feels, yeah, definitely more arcade. It feels more arcadey than, like, it's not like freaking like Ace Combat or anything like that. It's not a simulation, no, guys. Simulation is like Ace Combat. No. Suzumi, see, this is why I don't want people to sit there and say random things. No. It's not simulation like freaking like Ace Combat, guys. It's not like a real combat like flight simulator, okay? It's jet boosting and doing barrel rolls like crazy. I mean, you can go on the ground and like you can hover and shoot. Guys, it's not a simulation like Ace Combat. Calm down, guys. If you're not sure on something, don't tell people one thing. Otherwise, you give people bad information. Okay, don't tell people some things if you're not sure. Don't tell people things if you're not sure, please. Let's see here. Must got to the stream. LOL. Wait, what are you talking about? I just don't want people saying, because like somebody says, is it like a simulation or arcade? And then somebody was like, oh, well, it's simulation. I'm like, no. It's not that. Let's see, at $10 for digital, it's already hit $20 on the digital standard version twice. May hit 10 by Black Friday. Okay, well, are you talking about the digital? Yeah, but then you still have to buy the extra, like, dude, like, you need the extra weapons in the game. Like, that's the problem. Even if you buy it discounted, you still need the extra weapons in the game. You still need to buy, like, there's always some and or if and but. Okay, well, like, so even if you buy the digital standard, you still need the other stuff in there in the game to get the full like enjoyment out of it. So that's the problem. That's the problem with it. So yeah. Do you need those? Yes, there are some of those weapons you need. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell. Guys, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. There are weapons that you need in order to get the full enjoyment out of this game that they lock behind paywalls. Listen to me. How many times do I have to say this? Like, I've said it like 5 times. There are weapons that you need to get the full enjoyment out of this game that are locked behind that you cannot get in the standard version of the game, standard digital version, or the bundled version. Listen, there are certain combinations of like weapon, like lock thingies, you know, that you need like this like power plus this power to open up this door to get this thing. And it's locked behind, oh, well, you don't have that weapon in the standard version of the game, or even the at the time, pricey version of the game. So that is the problem. Yes, very much like Skylanders at times. And that's the reason why I never bought Skylanders. I bought this so I could support the devs because I was thinking, okay, well, hey, you know what? Let me support them. Maybe we'll get like something else. But I mean, if they did like another Starlink and they did the same thing again, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to play it like that, you know? I love the idea. There was many problems, many problems with how they designed the game and trying to nickel and dime people. So yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Okay, now if you go with the digital, version of the game, the digital deluxe version of the game, then you get everything that you need. Let's see here. Andre says, I still have an R-Wing and Fox stuff in the box just in case it becomes a collector's item. Yeah, that's true. It could become a collector's item. I'm going to go buy another one just for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go pick up, I think it was like $20 or something like that. So I'm going to go pick mine up at Best Buy and pick up like Shadow of War, a couple other games that I bought, Far Cry. So yeah. Elias says, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Oh yeah, get this from Rush Hour 4, mate. Yeah. Well, I need to. That's where I got it from. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, like Smokey. Well, I call him Smokey, but Chris Tucker. I always call him Smokey though. I'll never not call Chris Tucker like not Smokey. I always call him Smokey. Let's see here. Kardashian says, "Hey, look, listen." Then he has the Rasengan. Okay. Let's see. I think they're making a new Rush Hour, aren't they? Aren't they making a new Rush Hour? Make it work. Make what work? Don't call me Danny. Good to see you here. Don't call me Danny. Let's see here. Money Talks. Yeah, Money Talks was a good movie with Chris Tucker. It was a good movie. I like his other movies more than Money Talks. So Money Talks is funny, old but funny. I like Rush Hour. My favorite movie is Friday with Chris Tucker. Vizzy says, so it's impossible to beat Starlink without. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not answering that question. Nobody said you're just making up things to troll. Now you're just making up things to troll. So I'm gonna ignore your questions. Let's see. Jared says I only bought. Okay, hold on, never mind. I guess we should move on to the next topic, shall we? I think this is a good cue to move on to the next topic. We can talk about the Epic Games thing, whatever. So Borderlands 3, they got a release date. It's coming on a September 13th. September 13th for standard price, $59.99. But the big controversy with this one here is the whole Epic Store game Fiasco. So as you guys know, like, you know, a lot of PC players are pretty upset about this, right? A lot of PC players, they got their dun-dun-duns on real tight. They got their dun-dun-duns like real tight with this one, bro. Shoutouts to Jared. Is it Rotmug? I don't know. Shoutouts to Jared R. Yo, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome. So they're pretty upset about this one, guys, and I can see why. I can definitely see why. You know, a lot of Steam dudes are upset because the game is going to be an exclusive to Epic Store game. Like, it's going to be like a 6-month or a year-long exclusive on the Epic Store. And the Epic Game Store, at this point, a lot of people don't like it because it doesn't have as many features. You know, it has some, like, I don't know, some weirdo Chinese malware, spyware or something. I don't know. They're talking about it. But either way, you guys know how Steam people get. So, they're pretty upset. So a lot of people are pretty upset about this. This has become a big controversy. You're seeing people review bomb. Like Borderlands 1 Game of the Year edition on Steam and all this other stuff. But I've said this before and I'll say this again. A lot of people disagree with my thought process on this because I'm looking at it from both sides. I don't have a dog in this PC race, you know. But what I see is this. I see one company, Steam, literally taking damn near 100% monopoly on game sales. And I see consumers saying, well, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that because I get what I want. But if you're someone who's trying to be an entrepreneur or you're someone who's trying to be a business and you want to get in it, it's almost impossible. So what do? Even if you build a world-class platform that has as many options and as many things as Steam, people aren't going to leave Steam to go to your place. It can be just as good, if not even better. People aren't, oh, well, I'm going to go download the Epic Store game thingy. So that's what people are bringing up. Oh, well, it's missing this, that, and that feature. If it had all of them, would you go? Probably not. You'd probably just sit there and stay right there on Steam. So if you're a business, and like I said, I'm looking at it from both sides. I see it from the consumer side. Obviously, Epic Store game, like Epic Store doesn't have as much stuff. So yeah, you don't want to buy stuff from there. You know, like it's not as, and you've heard all sorts of other things. But then I'm looking at it also from their point of view. They're like, okay, well, we want to get into this, and Steam literally has a monopoly. Valve has a monopoly on PC business. How's that fair to us? What can we do? Well, we can get exclusives, kind of like how console manufacturers. Okay, well, what can we do to make our system stand out or make our service or our storefront stand out? Okay, well, we're going to buy this game, get an exclusive, whatever the case is. You know, so I can see it from both. I can see it from both point of views. The biggest thing that I think that Valve needs to do is make it better for developers so this doesn't happen, because we're talking about two billionaire companies here, okay? We're talking about Epic, which has billions of dollars off of Fortnite and Unreal Engine and all that. And we're talking about Valve, which makes billions of dollars and takes 30% of what the developers are supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take 30%. That's a huge cut. With Epic Store game, it's 88-12. So they take 12%. And if you're using Unreal Engine 4, it's even lower if you're using Unreal Engine 4. So Valve needs to do I mean, customers are mad and they're bashing Epic Games, but Valve, this super duper billion-dollar company, Gabe Newell worth $4.4 billion, maybe he should take a little bit less so developers don't run to them for exclusives. And publishers don't run to them to take the money because they know that most of their game sales aren't going to come off of PC because a lot of people on PC aren't going to buy the game full price. They're going to wait till it's on sale, till it's cheap as hell, and then they're going to buy the game. So then the developers even make less. So the developers are looking at like, well, most of our base is on PS4 and Xbox One. We're going to get our big sales there, and we'll take this money from them because the PC base isn't going to get us as much money anyway. So we'll take our money from Epic if they're willing to give it to us, and we'll take that bigger cut of those sales as well with the 88%. So Valve needs to adapt. They've done nothing at this point, and I don't expect them to do anything so quick because this whole Epic Store thing is quick. But and guys, I already know about the whole stuff about. I already know about they shouldn't be selling people's whatever. We know that's like duh. Okay, obviously, I'm talking about it just from business perspective. Okay, I already know about that, and I'm not sitting here trying to defend one or the other. I'm giving you guys looking at it from both sides. Stop just getting angry at Epic or whatever the case is. And you guys have to look at Valve and say, hey, Valve, maybe Gaben shouldn't be worth $4.4 billion. Maybe Gaben can make $3.5 billion. Maybe he can make $2.5 billion. Maybe he can make, I don't know, $3.7 billion. And all the other hierarchy there. Maybe they can make a little bit less so the developers make a little bit more so your customers are more satisfied. Maybe they should do that. This is what's called competition, especially if you're talking about on the other side. People say, this isn't competition. This is people stealing my exclusive. I'm talking about competition in terms of storefronts. They're doing something to be competitive, to get you to come over there. You don't have to like the style of competition. You don't have to think that it's fair or not. That's not the point. It's capitalistic business. It's not about being fair or not. It's capitalistic. What do you expect? One team has a monopoly on something. Somebody else is trying to break in. What do you expect what do you want them to do? Like I said, even if they built a world-class platform that had all the features that Steam has, people aren't going to go over to Steam, or people aren't going to go over to Epic Store just to, like, they're not. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to go over there now. You're not. You're not. You're just going to stay on Steam. So what are they going to do in order, if they want to get into the business, what are they going to do? You know? I already know YouTube takes 30%. And that's why I say you guys use Streamlabs. What are you telling me things that I already know for, VC? I already know. Let's see here. Shadow, have I ever thought that YouTube was good for taking? I don't like that either. Let's see here. Chuba says Valve out here like YouTube Super Chat. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But anyway, those are my thoughts, guys. I'm not picking one side or another. I'm not saying that this person's right or I'm not out here trying to play, you know, who's right or wrong. What I'm saying is that Valve needs to respond. Give developers a bigger cut. High-ranking executives, maybe y'all should stop making billions of dollars a year. Maybe you guys should make a little bit less in order for your consumers. Maybe. Because we all know a lot of PC dudes like the cut's small, man. Like the cut's super small, especially when you're talking about they wait for the games to go on sale. A lot of people don't buy games day one on PC. Like they just don't. They wait for sales. A lot of sales come afterwards. So like I said, you get a smaller cut. You get a smaller and smaller cut on PC. If you're over here with Epic, they're taking money right off the bat to be on the storefront. On top of that, and you get a bigger cut. I mean, what do you expect's gonna happen? What do you expect? This stuff's gonna happen. You gotta give if you want things to be competitive, you gotta give developers a better cut. I'm looking at it from both sides. As a consumer though, because I have Steam, I haven't purchased or I haven't bought the Epic storefront. I'm not gonna buy it or I'm not gonna download it. There's no need for me to do it. I'll just buy the game on like, you know, PS or Xbox One. But I mean, I understand from PC players' standpoint. Like I get it. I get it, but it's not just one standpoint. It's not just one view. There's multiple views, and there's nothing wrong with somebody looking at it from both sides, especially when you don't have a dog in the race. Because I don't have a dog in the race. I don't play PC like that, you know. So I'm just looking at it from both sides. Like nobody is absolved of anything. Valve needs to be more competitive, right? To better serve their consumers, and Epic, they need to make a better service. Like their service still isn't good enough yet. It's still missing a bunch of stuff. There's some weirdo stuff going on with malware and all this, or spyware, whatever the case is. They need to get that fixed up. I mean, it's not just one person's fault. Let's see. You just bought the starter pack for my kids. Do I not get this April update? No, you get the April update for free. What's up, Wanda Penguin? How you doing today? We can thank Fortnite for helping Valve begin to create and release Half-Life 3. I don't know if Half-Life 3 is coming because of Fortnite, dude. Let's see here. Shadow King says, I don't have a dog in this PC fight, but many people don't trust Epic due to them being 40% owned by a Chinese company. Okay, and that's fine. That's not my point. My point isn't people not trusting one thing or another. My point at the end of the day is you've got one company that has a monopoly on the PC market, right? You have another company that's trying to break into the PC market, right? Okay, so what is that company going to do to break into the PC market? They're going to try to get things to steer people in their direction. You could make a platform that's just like Steam. That's fine. You make a platform that's just like Steam. But that doesn't mean people are going to go over there and buy your game on that platform. People want it on Steam and Steam it because a lot of consumers don't care about monopolies. Like when Microsoft had a monopoly and the government kind of got involved or whatever. Like a lot of people don't care about monopolies. They'll sit there and be like, oh, well, this is the only one where we get it from. That's fine. I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. I get my $5 game on Steam sales. I'm good. I'm going to buy a bunch of games that I never play. You know, like they don't care. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to look at it from both sides. But that's not my point is, oh, well, they're owned by a Chinese company and they're selling certain information. That's not my point. My point is that Valve needs to do, this is a thing. They need to do something. They need to do something. I don't care about people's trust in Epic Store or whatever or not. Then don't buy the game. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Frank Rodriguez says, all I care about is Borderlands on my Switch. Well, Borderlands isn't coming to the Switch, not yet. Maybe later, but I don't know about Borderlands 3. Maybe Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel, the Handsome Collection will. I think that will come, but I don't know about Borderlands 3. So, how much is the extra content? It varies, man. You got to just check it out. There's like a lot of different stuff. It depends on what you need. So yeah. So that's my take on this whole thing. Epic needs to give developers a better cut. If they give developers a better cut, would this happen? Probably not, because Steam has way more active users than the Epic Store, so they can make up that cost on whatever deal that they were given. So I mean, they need to do that, because like PC gaming, while it's great and all, and while it's profitable, most of the developers make their money off consoles. So most games, not all games, but most games. Let's see here. Too many games for me to play until that happens. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of games, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about the whole, Borderlands Switch. We still need to wait. I haven't heard anything like definitive. I think it's gonna come because Bulletstorm is coming, but that's just my thought. That's just my opinion on there. That's just my opinion on it. All right. So Hunter and 64. So if you guys have any thoughts on this, tag me at PlayerEssence or hashtag PlayerEssence. It says I'm still gonna get Borderlands 3 day one. It sucks. It won't be on Steam, but it won't stop me from getting it. Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have a PS4 or Xbox One. I mean, or do you not like to play games on those systems? Cut gaming salary so we can get Half-Life 3 and Left 4 Dead 3. Yeah, you know what, man? Look, listen. I've never been one to be in somebody else's pockets. I'm just saying, like, they can afford to give developers a better cut. That's all I'm trying to say. Dave Gaming says, "Places. The only problem I see is that if one store forces the other to close down, people will lose their libraries with that store." Well, nobody's actually. But the thing about it is that nobody's forcing one another to close down. That's like a doomsday scenario that you just made up. Like both of these companies have billions of dollars in the bank. So we're talking. I mean, that's like that's like saying, oh well, if the NFL forces the NBA to close down, it's like, well, no, both of these companies have billions of dollars in the bank, like for fighting over ratings or whatever the case is. It's like, no, that's not it. I mean, like, they're both extremely profitable. So I don't think one of them's going to force the other to, I mean, it's called competition. So should there only be one storefront and only one place to buy games and only one person's entitled to PC games? I mean, there's competition in everything, like whether it's Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, games being on exclusives. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on and benefits and pros and cons for each thing. But to sit there and say, oh, well, Epic is forcing somebody to close, one of them's going to, that's not how business works, Dave. That's not how business works. Business works that there's multiple different companies vying for customers' attention. You can't just have one company that gets all the game sales. I know that's what PC gamers want, because they like Steam, but that's not fair to other people that are trying to break in, So I mean, like anybody should be able to break in if they've got the money and the resources to break into PC gaming. They have the right to do that. Valve doesn't have the right to every single PC and to get every single sale 100%. Like they don't have the right for that on PC. Like a lot of people think it's like some type of manifest damn destiny that Valve deserves everything and nobody else can come into the fray. Like it's their damn right just because to get all the sales. And I don't care because I don't care about all the other stuff. All I care about is what I want. That's the general basis that I hear from a lot of Valve, like a lot of PC Steam people. Is like, well, I don't care about all that other stuff. I don't care if they have monopolies. I don't care if this is the only place. I want this on here and that's it. I don't care if there's anybody else. Like that's what I'm hearing from a lot of these people, but they'll say it in a lot different tone. But like, and that's what I'm saying. It's not about one company trying to force to close down the other. That's not it. It's about competition at the end of the day. Like I said, Epic needs to get a lot better. Right now, they're kind of boo-boo. From what I've seen on the Epic store and what their features are and everything, the research that I've done, it's kind of trash. And people, like Shadow King said, people aren't trusting them based on some of the stuff that's going on. Like, that's stuff that they need to work out. That's stuff that they need to get better at. But I'm not going to sit here and say that they shouldn't deserve to do anything. Like, they shouldn't deserve to be in the game or at least try, you know? Like, I'm not going to sit there and go that far. You know, let's see here. MTS AAC says, "Persons, I like how us console gamers have gotten over the console wars, and now PCs have the launcher wars." Yeah, pretty much it's the launcher wars, dude. It's the launcher wars. Let's see. Jared says, "Persons, how much have I played Borderlands 2? My favorite game. I've played Borderlands 2 a lot. I've played I think I've probably put around 100 hours into it." Omega Chase says, "Persons, Valve and Epic need to do better in their respective areas of weakness. Exactly. I'm not a fan of Borderlands, but this is going to continue, and people are going to need to call out Steam and Epic." Yeah, exactly. I think it's on both sides. People need to call out Steam because it's like, okay, well, why are you giving developers only, or why are you giving developers 70? Why don't you give them more? People are going to call out Epic because it's okay, well, you need to update your service. Like, your service has nowhere near as many features as Steam. Like, I think it's on both. Obviously, like, you can blame more on one person, maybe on Epic more than the other. But if you're Epic and you're not going to build a world-class platform as good as Steam. Steam's been around for how long, guys? Like, what, like 15? How many years has Steam been around? I don't know how long Steam's been around. But a decade plus, they've been around. They've been around for a very long time. Valve, Steam, whatever. They've been around for a very long time. You're not going to build a platform as good as theirs, even with all the billions that Epic has. Like, it's taken Steam decade plus to build what they've got. You're not going to build that overnight, even with the blueprint. You're not going to build it overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. So, I mean, like, even if they had all the features, like, that's not going to move people over to that place. I mean, maybe a few, but it's not gonna like move a bunch of people over. You're just gonna continue playing on Steam because that's what you've known. You've always known Steam. Libertas Lieber says 16 years. Okay, so yeah, we're going on 2 decades of Steam at this point. It's taken them a long time to build what they've got. Same thing with like Xbox Live or like PSN. Like Nintendo's had to start over. They're not gonna be able to build a service anywhere near as good as Xbox Live, because Xbox Live been around for what, 19, 20 years, 18 years. Xbox Live they've been building it for a long time, and they've had more money flowing into it too. Omega Chase says the only problem is multiple launchers have to download. That can be a problem on the consumer to have to download multiple software to download games from. Well, I mean, it's one launcher to a different launcher. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Once again, it's no different than it's still on the same platform as PC. Like, if I'm a Switch owner and if let's say there was a different launcher for a game, maybe they don't offer it through the eShop, but it's a launcher for something else. Hey, man, I mean, it is what it is, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it until these companies that make billions of dollars more than us, way more than us, get all the stuff situated. I mean, obviously, people are rushing over to this Epic store because they're given money and they're given a better cut. They're given money and they're given, plain and simple, man. I mean, plain and simple, they're given money and they're given a better cut. That's the reason why that they're rushing over to it. So PC game sales have not been strong in terms of $59.99. A lot of people don't buy PC games at $59.99. A lot of people don't. People do. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. So, I mean, I can see why. I can see what's going on here. I know why this is going on here, you know? So, yeah. Omega, okay, Elias says, players since the Epic Store launcher sucks. Many people complain about the bugs and slow downloads and small updates for Fortnite or small games. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's not the best launcher. They definitely need to make it better. Absolutely. Omega Chase says, hey, great analysis. I agree with you on everything. Thank you, Omega Chase. I appreciate it. You guys don't have to agree with me. Obviously, you don't have to agree with me, but that's just my take as somebody who doesn't have a dog in the race, you know. So yeah. That's my thoughts. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here, guys. We've got why we cannot trust the are they doing lawn care? Are they doing my lawn right now? What time is it? It's freaking 3 o'clock and they're doing my lawn. What the heck? Anyway, all right. So let's talk about the Epic. Let's talk about why you can't trust a digital always online or digital future. So recently, Microsoft announces it will shut down ebook program and confiscate its customers' libraries. At least that's what Boing. That's what they're saying here. So I want to read more of this article, and I want to get you guys' reactions to this. So, apparently, Microsoft has a DRM locked ebook store that isn't making enough money. So they're shutting it down and taking away every book that every one of its customers have acquired effectively July 1st. Customers will receive refunds. So at least you do receive refunds. This puts the difference between DMR locked media and encumbered media into sharp contrast. So there you go, guys. So this is the reason why I don't trust this whole digital or always online. At any point, you could be sitting there buying your ebooks and all that, and bam, the company wants to shut it down. Company says enough of that. There you go. All your stuff can be gone. Yeah, you get your money back, but what if you want your game? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least in this case, you get your money back. There might be companies that say, I don't want to give you your money back. And what about like Stadia? This brings me to the whole Google Stadia thing. It's like, okay, Google Stadia, if they're gonna do a thing where you actually purchase the games and you have the right to stream the game at any point, what happens when they want to shut down what if they shut down the servers? Then what happens? Then you don't have access to your game anymore that you paid $60 for. You know, and that's what scares me to death about this whole digital only, always online. Even with digital only, they can still DMR track it. Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony can remove games from your systems, by the way, guys, and Steam. They can all remove games from your system at any point. If they really wanted to, they can, even though you bought a game digital and you downloaded it to your system or whatever, they can go in there and literally virtually wipe whatever you just bought. You cannot do that with a physical game. Now, maybe if a company is dastardly, they can block, like if you have the physical game, they can block that game from being played through always online, right? Like a thing, they can do that, but that's way harder to do, and you can't get away with stuff like that. That's very hard, because I remember I talked about Google Stadia, and somebody's like, oh, well, you think you own your physical games, you don't even own them. Companies can take that. I'm like, bro, shut yo. No. If you own a game and if you play the game, you can play that game unless they do something to block that game through an online check, which would be like a DRM or whatever. But a lot of these systems, all these systems don't need online to be able to play the game. So that's why nobody wants DRM checks, okay, or always online for regular physical games, because then companies can block that game or restrict certain things from that game through the internet. We want to be able to play the games without an internet connection, you know? That's the biggest thing. Or if your internet goes out, you can still play your game. I'm not down with this all. See, this is the thing. I'm not down with, even if it's all digital, I'm not going to sit here and trust companies to do the best thing for consumers all the time. No. I'm not. I want to own the game. I want to own the game, man. So those are my thoughts on that. This to me, just basically confirms, man, like Google Stadia is not going to be a thing where I spend money on. Like, I'll try it out for if there's like free things, whatever, just for YouTube videos, whatever the case is. But I'm not going to sit here and propose this thing. They better give me some Epic Store money if they want me to say anything nice about Google Stadia. You know what I'm saying? Like, they better give me that ninja money if they want me to say anything nice about Google Stadia, because I can't sit, or anything like in terms of like promoting it and telling people to buy it, because I can't sit here and honestly tell you guys like, yo, like, I'm okay with what's going down here. And I'll let you guys know. You can give me the ninja money, but I'll let you guys know, hey man, like, I'm getting paid for this, so there you go. So let's go ahead and get into it. So you guys can do that. So I mean, like, for me, I can't trust this. I can't trust it, man. Let's see, and people want an all digital. Nobody with half of a brain wants an all digital future. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know, like, if you think just for half a second, you know, the Starlink update is not live now. No. We talked about Starlink in terms of what went down with that game, in terms of the new content that's coming, and how the game wasn't successful. Happy Mask Salesman, what's up, man? How you doing today? So yeah. VC says games being patched is a huge problem for physical media version of games. If PS, Microsoft, or Nintendo pull games from the being played it anyway, patches are only big issue. Yo! Frank Rodriguez with the cartoon! Madra going through, blasting the chat. Yo! Shoutouts, blasting the chat with 60. He says boing, 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 booing, booing. Ninja Money, let's go, Ninja Money. Thank you so much, Frank Rodriguez, with the huge donation, the unique Madara Katon. You guys remember when Madara he hit the whole freaking allied shinobi with that fireball jutsu. He was like, whoo, he hit all of those, like hundreds of people. He just engulfed them in flames. It was dope. But anyway, thank you so much, man. Frank Rodriguez, thank you for showing the support, man. I do appreciate that. Frank, let's go ahead and hit you with this top stream ninja. And I think that actually makes you the Hokage mode too for the month as well. So thank you so much, Frank. I appreciate that, man. Let me go ahead and let me make sure that it's Frank R. There you go. So you get your full name on there. Yeah, and definitely, yeah, you definitely hit the Hokage mode as well. Top stream ninja and also War Fun. So thank you so much, man. Call those quad doubles. Quad doubles. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that $60 donation, man. That's a lot to give, man. So thank you. Anthony Albert, what's up, man? Good to see you. He says trusting big corporations is like trusting a thief with your house. Yeah, man. If you guys got those Sharingans, you guys got those emotes for all my elite ninja here, give it up for this man Frank Rodriguez. If you got those emotes, spam it for my man. Let's see here. Super Andrew 64 says, hey OJ, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you, man? Blazetta says, player says, hey OJ, what are those two things sticking out of the bottom of this? Okay, I don't know. That's a random question. Hold on to random questions towards the end. We're talking about this whole always online stuff, guys. Hold on to random questions towards the end. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you so much, Frank. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Funding the Ninja Village. Absolutely. Absolutely. YouTube, because YouTube don't like to fund the Ninja Village. I'll tell you that right. YouTube out here funding their own dollars in their own parlor. They don't like to fund the Ninja Village. I'll tell you that. Let's see here. Mav Intensifies. Yo, what's up, man? Says, hey, when you pre-order digital games before release or log into NES online on the Switch, it checks whether you're allowed when you're connected to the internet. Pretty scary. It's way less consumer friendly than physical. Yeah, man. I don't even like that, man. When I pop in like Super Smash Brothers, and since there's DLC, it freaking checks it every single time. I really dislike that. I really, 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 really dislike that. Like, I don't like that. I don't want to see a checking. Like, what the fudge is that, man? Like, no, I don't want to see that in anything. I don't want to see that in anything. Like, it's so stupid. Let's see here. Blazetta, yeah, man. No. Random questions. Hey, if you want me to just randomly break the stream and answer your question, then drop a donation and put your question in there. But I'm not gonna do that, man, because like I said, then other people are just gonna keep on doing it. Unless we do rando Q&A. Then yeah, you can ask. Otherwise, just wait till the end. We're almost at the end of this, guys, but I do want to get more of you guys' thoughts on everything here. Let's see here. So let's see here. I'm sorry, what did I miss so far? We're talking about basically all the topics in the title here, man. All the topics in the title. All the topics in the title. Any other questions on this, guys, or any other thoughts in terms of everything here? Millface Guy says this is BS. Why prefer physical copies? This is why. Okay, why prefer physical copies? Because they can't take them away from me, and I can play them whenever I want. Exactly, man. I mean, that's the thing with me, man. And the thing about it is that not everybody's like this though, because like digital Steam has been like this forever, and that was one of the biggest problems that I had with Steam. You know, that's the biggest problem that I have with Steam, is that everything's all digital. I don't want all digital. And that's why I've never been into Steam. Like, I've never been into Steam like that. Like, I've got a bunch of Steam games because some of them are like, they're hella cheap, but that's what I've conditioned in my mind. It's not physical, so it's not worth the value. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like Shadow of War, right? That's been super cheap on Steam. There's been sales, but I've never bought it because I'm like, man, I can just wait, and I can probably get better value if I just wait, and I'll pay a little bit more for it physical. I mean, but that's just, like I said, that's just my thought, you know. Sal Vasquez says, bro, I hate it that I have two Switches, one for my family and one that I have on me all the time, and I play a game and it checks to see if it can be played. If I'm not on the Wi-Fi, it won't let me. Yeah, man, I mean, that's what I don't, yeah, I don't like that either, man. I really don't like that. I see why they do it for digital copyright protection, right? Because they don't want people just being able to, let's say you put your account on this Switch, you put it on this Switch, you put it on this Switch, you put it on this Switch. Okay, like, yeah, they don't want you to have like just multiple copies of a game, because you can put your account anywhere, right? You can log into your account anywhere on any Switch, so then that can just entitle you to free games. So I get it, I just don't like it, you know. Like like I said, I get it, I get everything, but I just don't like it. I don't like it too much. I wish there was a better way. Maybe there'll be a better way at some point. Let's see here. Frank Rodriguez says, I wonder what would happen if Nintendo's next console uses CDs or something. Would they still find a way to make backward compatibility for Switch cartridges? I don't think Nintendo's next console will use CDs. I don't think they're going to go backwards towards CDs. And the reason why, or Blu-rays, and the reason why I feel that way is because they've got something that works. They've got something that works, and they've got something that works very well. And I don't think they're going to lose that ability to play the previous Switch games. So that's just my thoughts on it, because like, why go away from something that works? You know, that's been working so well for them. They use CDs with the Wii U, that didn't work, you know. So it depends really if the system is going to be like a hybrid, and I don't think Nintendo's going to drop the hybrid format. If the system is a hybrid, there's no way like they're going to have I mean, they could, but have a Switch cartridge loader and also have a CD, like optical media. It's going to make the system huge. It's going to make it absolutely huge. And I don't know if you'll be able to have a hybrid with using optical media. That's almost impossible. Like, you can do it. You can use mini discs like PSP, but we all know how PSP worked out, right? With mini discs, it was not good. And that's the reason why Sony's actually changed from mini discs, UMD, to cartridges, because they're like, yo, cartridges aren't working, you know? Let's see here. J2 Blue says, hold up. No, let me see here. Blizzetta says, people say companies can lock out your physical games, but if you just keep your console offline and don't update the game, you can still play the game. That's a poor argument. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be connected online. And the thing about it is that you'll know if, like, people will find out, because people will hack the system. They'll find out if there's updates and things to block out people's games. And then on top of that, that'll end up being a lawsuit too. Like, I think that's also a lawsuit, because you can't do that. You can't sit there and block somebody from a physical game that they literally purchased, you know? So that'd be tough. Yo, you guys have big comments on this one here. Make sure you guys tag me at Player Essence or hashtag Player Essence, or I can't read off your comment, okay? Or just type in Player Essence, all one word. Make sure you spell it right too, so I can read off you guys' comments, because you guys have a lot of comments on this, but some of you guys aren't actually tagging me. So I'm going to read off people who are tagging me, and then I'll read off other people who didn't tag me. Sal Vasquez says, I made the mistake of buying digital NBA and FIFA, and they're dead. I don't even play them. Yeah, man. Let's see here. J2 Blue says, what would warrant them to take away if you paid for it, though? This isn't against consumer rights. Not sure if it's written law or anything like that. There was one time where I think Nintendo took away somebody's digital games. I don't know why I think it was because like some type of hacking thing. That's why, but I'm not really sure. But there was one instance of that. I need to find the article, but they did take away somebody's games for something. But I'm not, he did something. Nintendo claimed that he did something, you know, against the terms of service or whatever. Arash says physical is better. You can sell it or give it to your friends. Also, you can keep it as a collection. Physicals, yeah, physical's better for all those reasons there. I agree. You can display it, which I love, dude. I love collecting games. Whenever I buy, I'm more excited to like PS4 and Xbox One games. I like the small boxes. I like how the nice and neat and small boxes so you can fit them in better places. I like just opening them up and have, like, to me, I'll spend up to $15 on a game that I don't even care about too much so I can have the box and the CD just because I want to see the art. Like I talked about, like Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn. I bought New Dawn because the box art looked better, because it looks cool. That's it. That's the only reason. I bought Shadow of War, not because I want to play it, just because I thought the box art looks cool on Shadow of War. And it was like $9 or something, like, or like $7. I paid for both of them. I paid $25. So one of them was 15, the other one was like $7. I just bought it just because the box looks cool, just for collection. Just like one of these days, just have this fat collection of freaking PS4, PS5, PS6, all these different games. Not because I'm gonna play all that. Hell no, I don't have enough time in the day to play all of it. But just because it looks cool. You know, with digital, I can't do that. But that's just me, and I'm weird. So yeah. Let's see here. Let me go through. Physical has resale value, says Mr. Drayton. He says, I lend my finished games to my nephew when I'm done with them. Exactly. You can give your games. You can pass them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can give your games to the next person that needs to play them. Digital, you can do it, but it's a really weird way of doing it, right? It requires all sorts of coordination. Like, for example, like when Smash Brothers came out, I played it early because somebody gave me their digital copy of the game by letting me log into their account, and get the game and play it. You know, like, it was so messy, dude. Like, it took us like a while to figure it out. So yeah, Anthony Albert says, aren't most EU-less? What does that mean? EU-less? For digital state, you are basically just renting the game. Well, yeah, essentially, you don't really own the game. At any point, they can take the game away from you. So yeah, you don't really own it per se with digital games. Absolutely, you're absolutely right about that. Omega Chase says, thanks for the stream. I love your thoughts on opinions. I'm going to run. Also, physical rules, digital and streaming are dog shit. Yeah, man. I agree, dude. I agree. I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan, dude. I'm not a huge fan. I have digital games, though. I have a ton of digital games, but really I have digital games because, like, indie games. We're not talking, guys, we're not, also, let me just make sure I say this. We're not talking about, like, major titles, or we're not talking about, like, indie games, like small developers who can't afford to put their games out physical. We're not talking about that. We're talking about bigger games here, you know? We're talking about always online, streaming, stuff like that. So we're not end user license agreement. Gotcha. That's what I thought that you meant. Blizzetta says, gotta say though, on the other hand, I have a ton of digital games on the Switch, and conveniences as hopping from one game to another is quite wonderful. That's probably the only big pro to digital. That's the only big pro to digital. Absolutely, that's the only big pro to digital. I agree. Frank Rodriguez says, gotta run, OJ. Thanks for the stream and pretty neat topics. Thank you so much, Frank. Appreciate that. Shout outs for the $60. You guys give some love to Frank before he bounces. But thank you, man. I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate your support for the village, dude. All right, take it easy, VC. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Imagine walking into a room and see a game collection. There's nothing but a pile of SD cards. Ugh, that's the nightmare. That's the nightmare on Elm Street right there, dude. Omega Chase says, bigger games for sure. I have indie that are digital only. Well, yeah, for indie it makes sense, right? Because an indie developer, like, they don't have the money to publish it on physical. So I get it for an indie developer, right? Digital, and I have more trust than an indie developer that they're not going to take away your game, you know, somehow or some way, shape, or form than like a big company would. So it's a bit different for indie developers because that's the way that they can even make a game. Back in the day when you were an indie developer, you had to literally go to a studio and say, please, like you'd have to pitch your, I mean, which there are still game pitches today, but you really have to pitch your game. And then the studio would give you more money to hire more people so you can make the game into whatever bigger game that you need to make it into or anything. But that's the only way that back in the day that you could get, as an indie developer, that you can get your game on a system. You had to really go to them, pitch it, make the game a bigger idea, do whatever you needed to do, you know, and they'll give you funds to hire more people or to get the game done. But now and today, you don't have to do that anymore. Now you can say, okay, well, I have an idea for a game. I want to make this game. You could buy your dev kit and you don't need a publisher. But at the same time, you don't have the money to be printing, you know, like you don't have the money to be printing cartridges and stuff like that. So some indie developers do. A lot do, but a lot don't, you know. So yeah. And a lot of indie developers can't afford to do it right away. Like they don't have money reserves to print it like right away, like 100K, 100,000 or whatever it is that you need to upfront to buy cartridges or to buy the Blu-rays or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that money. So they have to, and this is the reason why you see a lot of indie games, the physical editions come out later, is because they have to actually make the money so then they can pay for it, right? Like SteamWorld Dig, for example, they spent all the money they had making the game. Did you guys know that like Image and Form spent all the money that they had, that they made from SteamWorld Dig, literally spent all the money on making SteamWorld Dig 2 and still got an outside donation to make SteamWorld Dig 2. So they don't have the money reserves like Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony and these big like 2K and these big publishers. Like they spent all their money they made just to make SteamWorld Dig 2, you know? So let's see here. Solomon Solo says, I agree. I was a game for Windows Live user and lost all my games. Yikes! And I got no refunds. I still go digital, but I don't like it when I don't like it. I prefer physical. But some problems that have is if you don't update the game, you get the worst version. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely, Solomon Solo. I know people don't like hacking, but it really does help preserving digital games. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Nicholas Warlittle says your indie knowledge is on spot, my man. Yeah, because I've spoke back when I had my website, guys. I interviewed a lot of indie developers, or I would meet them up at E3. I go to E3 and I talk to them about their games. So I met a lot of indie developers and I talked to them off the record about certain things, right? Like I couldn't name their name. I can talk about stuff, but I couldn't say certain things. But yeah, they told me a lot of different things with indie development, man. Like they told me a lot of different stuff with indie development. And you know, you think it's like, oh yeah, SteamWorld Dig, it sold really well, right? It's on all these different platforms, it sold really well. And then you realize, oh, they made money, but they didn't really make that much money. And I think that game sold over 1 million copies. But I mean, there's so many sales and there's so many like different things. And I mean, like the thing about human resources, hiring humans to make a video game is expensive. It's expensive as hell. And the profits and stuff that you make, everybody takes a bite into it, you know? Everybody takes a bite into it. Taxes, Uncle Sam, you know what I'm saying? Like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Everybody takes a bite into it. You know, you got employees, got to pay them, more bites. And then by the time that you're done, you're not really left with a lot as an indie developer. You're not left with too much. Everybody's taking bites of it. I mean, Nicholas, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's taking bites of what you built. And then if you're like the owner or if you're like the whatever, and then at the end of the day, you're like, man, I don't really got anything left. But I got enough to take care of myself, yeah, but I don't really got much left after this. Like, that's what a lot of indie developers realize. Unless it's like, obviously there's like some games like you know, like Stardew Valley, like stuff like that. That's like the super huge indie breakout hit. But most indie games aren't like that, you know? Most indie games aren't like that. Yeah, everyone wants a piece of the pie, left with nothing else. So exactly, man. That's what it's rough. That's why I try to buy indie games, even if I'm not gonna play them. I still try to buy as many indie games as possible that interest me. So I'm like, okay, well, I still haven't played much of Wargroove, but I bought it, you know. Still haven't played much of I've played a little bit of, what was it? Blaster Master 2, but I bought it anyway. I'll buy the indie games just so I can support the developers because it's tough. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to random Q&A, guys. If you guys have questions, I've got answers. We'll do random Q&A for the last 30 minutes of the show. We will have a little bit of a break, okay? We'll have a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back later tonight for the nightcap of PE Live. How does that sound, guys? Let's see here. Oh my gosh, don't want to play Shadow of War. I can't comprehend. I know it's really good. I'll probably play it at some point, but I have so many Xbox One and PS4 games that are just like sealed or that I've never played. I know, I'm horrible. I know. Boo, pitchforks, I know. Aiden Quinn says, I like physical for a different reason. The effort from some devs put into them, booklets and extra goodies with physical. I do like my games to be touchable too. Well, a lot of developers don't put any effort in with physical though. That's the thing that I'm noticing. It's like a lot of the games don't come with booklets or anything like that. So yeah, let's move on here. I like both physical and digital games. All right, Psychopod, you're more of the new school. I know you're more of a younger guy, so I can see. Arash says, when do you think companies will stop making physical collection? Probably well into the future. Maybe like when we're all old, because we're all generally speaking. I don't think we're all generally speaking around the same age, right? Like let's just not really, but like within 20 years of each other. Probably all of us here within 20 years. So let's just say like 30 or 40 years from now. I think like when we're old, you know, or kind of old for some of you guys if you're like a teenager right now. So kind of old. So like 40 years from now, yeah, I can see that being a a thing where there's no more physical games, but not for a long time. 30 to 40 years maybe. Not in the next 20 years, no. I had to jump off due to the work. Sorry, backtrack. I bought Starlink starter pack for Switch for my kids. Updates are free, right? Like the April one. Yeah, the April update's free. Murdoch Loco. Digital is neat for people like me who can't access video game stores, but I do think physical is way better though. Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. You're right about that, Elias. We also have to think about that, guys. About some people that are in certain areas and it's just hard to get games, you know, or they're just really super expensive to import. Sabasca says GameStop should cut a deal to buy digital copies of games and resell them, with developers/publishers getting some percentage of the resale just run from that online. Well, a lot of publishers, they don't have the money to be doing that. That's the funny thing, is that they don't have the money. I don't think enough people are going to go into GameStop looking for a digital game. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't think that's going to be the case. Sony just cut them off, retailers off, from buying download cards. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I mean, like, GameStop's in trouble. They're just flat out in trouble. I would say decades of treating customers like trash is what's causing them to have issues. Mav Intensify says, a bit earlier today, I was brainstorming ideas for a story while sitting on my porch. Have you ever taken a creative writing class or something like that? I've taken a creative what was it? Like communications class where you think of all sorts of ideas, and I've taken marketing, so yeah, kind of. Let's see here. 11 plus 15. I don't know if it's 11 plus. Well, I'm just gonna call you plus. The origin version of Bulletstorm is unplayable due to DRM. Yikes! That's so trash, dude. It's so trash. Anthony Albert says, I think streaming and digital is a great supplement to physical only. Streaming could be great if cheap and be used as a demo, for me at least. Yeah, that's true. I think that's a good take on things as well. It's okay, Jazzy. Thanks for coming out to the stream. But this is all right. Now tell me, what are those things under your Switch player? I don't know what things that you're talking about. Blizzetta. I don't know what things you're talking about, dude. Let's see here. I broke a brand new game controller while playing Smash. Got any tips on how to control anger? Realize that it's a freaking video game. I mean, if you want to be angry, think about it this way, my man. Think about it this way. You out here losing money. You're losing your sanity. You're losing money because you're breaking your controller. Got to buy a new one. You're losing your own sanity because you're getting mad and you're not making any money off of it. You paid money. So at the end of the day, you look stupid. At the end of the day, when you rage on something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, think of it that way. I'm not trying to knock you. I'm saying, think about that. Think about that. You look stupid because, like I said, you broke your controller, so you wasted money there. You paid for the game, and you're also causing yourself stress. Think of it that way. That's what I did to stop getting so mad at video games. So think of it in all those ways. Take some deep breaths and realize that it's a video game. Realize that, you know, you're hurting yourself when you put yourself through all that. So just think about it that way. Elias says, how often does Nintendo do eShop sales on their first party titles? Not very often. Sometimes they'll do it though, like summer. They'll have like some summer sales, and they'll have like Black Friday sales on first party games. Tenchen says, you mean crunch because Uncle Sam takes half of what you make? Yeah. Crash says there was someone I know in real life that thinks that Switch is lacking the casual audience like the Wii days. Your thoughts? It's selling just about as well as the Wii, so I mean, even if it's lacking that audience, I don't think Nintendo cares. Hector P says, hey OJ, so knowing this year's lineup of games for the Switch, what do you think the Switch will sell fiscal year, and probably the best year for Nintendo's had on the wall? Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to sell around maybe 18 to 20 million systems, or probably more than, I'd probably say 19 to like 22 million systems. It's going to be up. It's going to be up year on year. All right, take it easy, Solomon Solo. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Let's see here. Sabascus says maybe GameStop can run online like offer up and have people post their used games and sell and they get a cut. If the item isn't available, have GameStop suggest disc only copies them. Yeah, they could, man, but that seems like a lot of work. Gudon says digital is perfect on the go. I want to install my physical games and then play them without cartridge insert. Yeah, it is, man. But I mean, it's one of those things to where it should always be offered physical too. Digital has its drawbacks. Um, what's up, Suzumi? Thanks for coming back to the stream. In the end, it's just a game. Yeah, I'd rather get mad about my rant. Well, I mean, the thing about it is, sometimes I get mad at like Smash Brothers. I'll be honest, but I haven't thrown my controller. I think, did I ever? When was the last time I threw my controller? I don't even remember the last time that I threw my. I think I threw my controller in Smash 4. I did throw my controller once in Smash 4 because of lag. I did throw my controller once in Smash 4, but like the Pro controllers are too expensive. Like I ain't throwing those, and I'm not gonna throw my GameCube controller either. So yeah, man. Oh my gosh, who's your main? That's the age-old question. My main is Goku. My main is Goku in Smash Brothers. Yo, what's up, Abaddon? How's it going, my man? Good to see you here. Will you be streaming Fire Emblem Three Houses when it comes out? All right, guys. Here's the deal with Fire Emblem. Yes, I'll be streaming it. Here's the deal with Fire Emblem Three Houses. The deal with Fire Emblem Three Houses is I am willing to do a hardcore run of Fire Emblem Three Houses, but we got to hit a certain goal. I'm trying to sit here and say I'll have details on you for this very soon, but I will do a hardcore live stream, 100% full live stream run of hardcore on Fire Emblem. But we gotta hit it. We gotta hit a goal. I'm thinking 200 members by the time the game comes out. We hit 200 members by the time the game comes out. I'll do a hardcore run of Fire Emblem because that's gonna cause me much pain and suffering. Okay. Otherwise, I'm doing a normal run and I'll do it when I feel like it. But if we hit 200 members before, or if I'll have a Patreon goal. If we hit whatever that is, I will do a hardcore run, live stream the whole thing. So, let's see here. I'm on the same page as him. I screamed and yelled when I was playing Smash Bros. Ultimate Story Mode. My dad was mad. Nah, I'm never gonna get mad at a story mode or anything like that. Who's my favorite commenter? You're torn between D1, EE, and TK Breezy. I think when all three of them are there, like a blast zone type of thing, I think it's fantastic. So when all three of them are there, it's great. I don't have any single one favorite like commenter. I think they all work well together, like with each other, you know. Yo, work with the dollar, Streamlabs, shimmy, and he says, "Hi OJ and the village. Have a nice day." Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the dollar donation. To appreciate that. You put a little, how many points you take off? Took about a good 500 off of Frank Rodriguez, but he still got plenty of HP left though. All right. So Arash says okay, hold up. Elias says I'm going back to the physical/digital thing. The great thing about physical is that you can find all sorts of games in certain countries. LOL, like here you can dig deep into retro easy. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. Dawson31 says, weren't you going to do a live tier list at 200 members? But people didn't want a live tier list though. That's the thing. Like whenever I said, okay, live tier list, people didn't want it. It wasn't like people weren't membering up at that. So that's the reason why I changed it. So Fire Emblem, if that's going to get more people to be like, all right, yeah, I'd rather watch that, then I'll do that instead. But like, yeah, people didn't care about a live tier list, you know? Aiden Quinn says, you think Nintendo will take cues from third-party accessory companies like PDP because of the stuff with the new headphone jack in the controller? No. If Nintendo wanted to put a headphone jack in the controller, they would have done it in the first place. And on top of that, the Switch Pro controller, according to some patents or whatever, was already supposed to have a headphone jack in it. So why would Nintendo need to take cues from somebody else when they were going to do it in the first place, then didn't? And they know they've had a headphone jack in the Wii U before. They had a headphone jack in the Wii U tablet. So, yeah, there's headphone jacks in the Switch itself. There's headphone jacks in the 3DS. I mean, they know how to make a stupid headphone jack. So, I don't know. They don't need somebody else to take a cue to do something. If they wanted to do it, they would have already done it. But they don't want to do it. For whatever reason, they don't want to do it. So, no, they're not going to take a cue from them because they didn't do it. They saw their system first. They saw their controllers first. If they wanted to do it, they would have just done it. It's a headphone jack. You know what I'm saying? It's not like HD Rumble or anything new or innovative. It's a freaking headphone jack, you know? Let's see here. Nicholas Little says, I wonder if Toby Essence threw his controller while clubbing. Yeah, man. Or was I swinging my controller? What was I doing in that video? Let's see here. Because they want you to use your phones for chat. There you go. They want you to use your phones for chat. That's the reason why. Shadow of Nexus says, do you think they'll announce Netflix at E3 on Switch? I don't think Netflix. I don't think that's an E3 announcement. If they announce it, it'll just be at some point. I remember YouTube got announced like literally via the Nintendo.com, There's like something that just came up and said YouTube's available soon. I'm like, it literally, like, that's how it was announced. There was like no real announcement. So Nintendo's not gonna like say, oh, Netflix, that's at E3, Netflix. They don't. That's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. So no. To answer your question, no. Gudon says, I still don't know why the home button on the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller light up. Any thoughts on that? Why is Nintendo using it? Using light up? I don't know. Maybe just because it looks cool. I'm not really sure. Lets you know that the controller is on outside of just looking at the top of the controller. So at like little buttons at the top. So that's the only thing that I can think of. It's Guap Chaser with the subscription. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Welcome to Elite Ninja Village of Player Essence. Everybody chat, please. Welcome. It's Guap Chaser. Let's see here. Let's see. COJ heading up the class. All right, take it easy, J2 Blue. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thank you for being an Elite Ninja. And, of course, have a good day in class. Let's see. Netflix will randomly drop just like Hulu did. Yeah, like all the apps that have showed up on the Switch, like they'll just randomly drop like at different times. Unless it's something like unique or something different. Then it's like Inky Pen. That's something different. I know Nintendo talked about that a little bit more. So unless it's something like completely different, I don't know. I don't think Nintendo's gonna sit there and like highly publicize like Netflix. It's just Netflix. Sushi Slicer says, how do you think Nintendo could add Battle Royale? What do you mean? How can they add? Okay, you deleted your comment. All right. Well, when you got it, let me know when you want me. Let me know when you want me to talk about everything. All right, fresh out of work and into the stream. Yo, what's good? What's good, Rax the Great? Good to see you here, my man. Good to see you here. How was work today? How was work? You still working at? You got your own store, right? You're working at a game store. In Splatoon 2, how can they add it? I don't know. They just make it. They just make it. But then again, I mean, Splatoon 2 Battle Royale would be freaking lame, dude. You know how many times people just be waiting in ink? You're just sitting there waiting in ink, waiting in ink, waiting in ink. I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, maybe it'd be fun, but yeah, they can just add it. I don't know. Add it. Make a Battle Royale for Splatoon. Let's see here. It sucked. How was your day? Your day sucked, Rax? Why did you tell me why your day sucked, Rax? Tell me why your day sucked. We still have 20 minutes on the podcast left, guys, so feel free to drop more of those questions. Yo, okay. Donations coming through a little bit in the second half, but thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate that. Jay Davey with the $5. Thank you so much, Jay Davey, with that Streamlabs shimmy. Let's go. And he says, you're totally right. When those three are together, I can't stop laughing. EE, D1, and TK Breezy. Can you play Alley Cat from Persona 5? Absolutely. I love Alley Cat, first of all. Yeah, I can. Yeah, when those three are together, it's awesome. Okay, shout outs to Avada. Shout outs to AS. AS with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, AS. Do appreciate that. Thank you. No message, just $5 donation. So thank you so much. Appreciate that, my man. AS though, not Abaddon. AS. Let's see here. Alley Cat, Persona 5. J. David said Alley Cat. Yeah, Alley Cat. Alley Cat from Persona. All right, let's do it. I love this song. This is a great song, dude. This is a great song. All right, Gudon says, persons, the home button has an LED light. It can be activated via PC, but that's all. It can be used for messaging system or whatever. I wonder why Nintendo isn't using it. Nintendo's even got a messaging system on the Switch, so yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think there's anything really. It's just a light. There's not really anything to do, like, to use it for. You know? So yeah, how does it sound, guys? Everything sound good? Hold up. There's some, like, is there like some static in the back of this track? Hold up. Yeah, that other track had some like static going on in the background. I'm not really sure why. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe you guys couldn't hear it, but I could definitely hear some static in the background from the last one that we had. But anyway, Shout outs. Thank you so much, Jay Davey. Appreciate that. Thank you for the dope music request as well. AS also took out Frank with that donation. So shout outs. Never mind, class was canceled, bruh. Back when I was at Fresno State, man, about 10 years ago, we had a lot of these furlough days because like the government was poor. Government kept on having these furlough days. So we would always get class off. It was great. All right, take it easy, Solomon Solo. Thanks for coming out to the stream, my man. Well, thank you for the stream and the advice on Xenoblade 2. Gotta go now. It's midnight. Have a great day. All right, man. Take it easy. Glad I can stream early for you. Yeah, the Persona has all sorts of cool music. It's good, Murdoch Loco. Psycho 5 says, in your opinion, do you think that Smash Brothers Ultimate should be the last Smash game in a while? Well, I mean, my opinion doesn't matter, but I mean, I think it would be because I think Switch is gonna last for a while. So yeah, makes me want to sweet. Okay, this man racks, man. You crazy, dude. Alright, I'm on spring break from college, so yeah, there you go. This music should be played in an elevator. It should be. Good music. It's good. It's nice and chill. Any other questions, guys? We still got 15 more minutes, so you guys feel free to ask away. If anything, I can go on Twitter. I can update you guys on anything that's going on. So, Wanted Stretch with the Twitch follow. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the Fire Nation. Soul Pyro Bridge within you, my man. I don't think there's anything. There's definitely some good music. You guys want to read some Twitter stuff? Oh my gosh, this is the best. Final Fantasy VI was 25 years ago. My God, I'm old, bruh. All of us are old. Yo, look at this Twitter stuff from my boy Stealth. I don't know what the Best Buy link to the past listing is, but according to a few sources, Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD are both coming to the Switch eShop. Might be related to the whole Best Buy listing, might not. This is just a rumor, so grains of salt and all that. And then he also said, I enjoy how much Reset Era hates me. How do these two have anything to do with each other? There's a lot more vile website. Like I said, this is a rumor from people who have told me many correct things in the past that I have talked about in the past that I talked publicly about. I am not an insider, just someone who hears cool things from them every now and then. Damn Reset Era, dude. Like, come on, bro. So Twilight Princess HD. Would you guys want that? Twilight Princess HD? And, oh man, I always get, my shoulders always get, did shoulders a couple days ago. It's still a little sore. So yeah, you guys want Twilight Princess HD? I hear people talk about that all the time. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. Is it Ari says, OJ, serious question, ice cream or frozen yogurt? Frozen yogurt, because I can't really eat ice cream like that. Anthony Albert says, Parsons, are you into Marvel movies? Going to watch Endgame? I'm not really into Marvel movies, although they're really cool. I'll watch Endgame at some point, but I'm not going to sit there and go watch with a bunch of people in a movie theater. Like, it's not that serious. I'll just wait for it comes on like Netflix or like Amazon Prime or something like that, or until somebody buys it on DVD and I watch it or something. Maybe later in the year, once it's on Blu-ray, I might start buying more movies just because stuff. But yeah, for right now, I don't really care. But yeah, later in the year, I might be more into movies or go see movies more. But now, no, I don't have anybody to go with. Hector P says, hey OJ, since we are nearing E3, do you think Nintendo might have some bombs left for this year? Of course, there's plenty of surprises left. This is Nintendo that we're talking about. Anthony Albert says, are you... Okay, I already read that. I'm 37 years old now. I hope I'm not the oldest here. You might not be, but even if you're... I mean, there's nothing wrong. 37 is not, like, very old or anything. Like, that's not, like, super old. So, I mean, even if you are the oldest, like... You're a bit older than me. You know, my bro... I mean, no, my bro is older than you. My brother looks like... you can pass for like my age. You can pass for like early 30s or 20s, you know? So it's like, it's all about how you take care of yourself, guys. Let me tell you guys, let me give you guys some advice here. I'll talk about age. Your age is a number. I can guarantee, when I was 27, when I was 28, I looked horrible. I looked horrible. I was out of shape. I was getting out of shape. When I was 29 before I turned 30, look at a few pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. I look better now than I did when I was, you know, when I was in my late 20s. So people say, "Oh, well, 32. Oh, you're getting older, right? 32 years old." Well, I'm turning 32 soon. You know, next week. But like, I think the way you do your hair, the way you keep yourself about, the way that you act, even the way that you dress, the way that you act, your mentality, your diet, your exercise, all that stuff. I mean, you can feel a certain way. So I mean, like, to me, in my opinion, I've seen people that are 20, 25, 26, they look like trash. Stress, problems, all sorts of stuff. I've seen people that are 50 and look great, you know? So just take care of yourself, man. Your age is your age, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Number at the end of the day. But as humans, we got like a long time to actually look decent if you take care of yourself, you know? So I plan on looking just like this forever. Like, I plan on looking exactly like I look right now for a long time, you know? Heck, OJ, I thought I was 20. Yeah, I did think you were in your very early 20s, Rax. I did think that. And Rax, we're like the same age almost, right? So yeah, I did. Murdoch says 39 and proud, brother. Yeah, I like getting old. Getting old is good. It's not, there's nothing wrong. Like, I like it. I don't like being an adult, but I don't have a problem getting older. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. It's not a big deal. Age is just a number, man. I can pass for anything up to 13 years younger. Nice. Yeah, I remember I made a joke. I think it was on the Spawncast. I made a joke about Rax. Like, I made a joke because we were talking about something. I was like, I think I said something like, "Oh, well, what do you know, Rax?" I said something snarky and something stupid. Then Sean started laughing because I made it seem as if Rax was younger. Because I didn't know Rax's age at the time, because I didn't really collaborate or talked with Rax a lot. I think that was like the first time, or like this. I knew your channel because Sean and other people talked about your channel, so I was subscribed, but I never went on a podcast with you. I think it was like the first time we were on a podcast, or like the second time. So I just assumed for some dumb reason. That's why you don't assume, right? I just assumed Rax was like in his early 20s, and yeah, I was wrong. Let's see here. I'm 25 with my twin sister, and we are both turning 26 in October. 20s are going fast, and it's scary, OJ. Nah, don't be, dude. I'm telling you, man. Real Renaissance men and women. You don't fear that, my man. You, with the age, you become more of an intellectual. You know what I'm saying? Like, you become more of like you can still joke around, you can still have your milk jokes, right? Like, you can still have, like, you know, I make my, and I do my stupid little things, act like a little baby, whatever, because I'm simulating people that are younger. But at the end of the day, like, I look at myself 10 years ago, myself at 21, I would just like straight up Bugs Bunny challenge. I would slap the hell out of myself at 21. My youth made me say and do all sorts of stupid things. So as you get older, you get more intelligent. Now, some people mature way earlier. Some people mature way earlier. But when I was 21, 10 years ago, bruh, you don't want to hear the stuff that I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to hear. I mean, like I said before, dude. You know what? One of the dumbest things that I've ever said, because I'm dumb, because I was dumb and I was youthful. They should turn Fire Emblem into an action like RPG. Like Fire Emblem, all these grid. I've told you guys this story before, but I'll say it again. Like I used to make fun of Fire Emblem for being a grid RPG because I didn't have the intellect to play a strategy RPG. You know what I'm saying? Like I just did it. I just didn't have the intellect and the patience. But as you get older, have a child, whatever the case is, you learn patience. You learn to be, you know what I'm saying, to think on the next level. You learn about all those things, you know? So then it was so funny because I never liked strategy RPGs. And then literally like a year after, you know, I had my daughter, I tried Fire Emblem, and all of a sudden, like, your brain evolves, man. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's like that, but it's also like philosophy too, just like thinking, regular thought process, you know? Some people don't. Obviously, there's still idiots that are 30, 40, 50, whatever the case is, all the way up till they're old. But a lot of people, you do intellectually get a lot better. You mature a lot more, and you start realizing things. So yeah. Racing, are you going to watch the Samurai Showdown live stream and Combat Cast this Friday? Samurai Showdown live stream. Yeah, I think I might check out that. I don't know about the combat cast because I'm ready for the game just to come out. I don't need to see any more about that game. I've already been watching tons of the beta. So no, I'm good on that. But the Samurai Showdown, yeah, since that's more new. Yeah, Samurai Showdown, yeah. Let's see. TED Talk presented by players. Is that what this whole stupid TED Talk thing is? Is that what it is? Is that what this whole meme with this whole TED Talk thing is? When people talk to you, like when they get real about things. We used to call it real talk back in the day, but now people calling it TED Talk. Gosh, I hate new memes and stuff like that. I'm 19, glad I can make some mistakes now so I can learn from them and improve. Absolutely. Still have your fun. Mav intensifies, have your fun at 19. Trust me, I did, but at the same time, don't make the fatal mistake, you know? Don't make the big mistake. J2 Blue says, wait, Rax is 36. He looked like he jumped in from the fountain. Rax is joking. Rax is not 36. Rax is like early 30s, I think. Rax is not 36 though. He's lying. If he said he's 36, he's lying. I'm about to be 32 myself. Wow, time flies. Thanks to gaming, I really felt it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, me and Rex are like literally like the same exact age. Yeah, he's 31. Let's see. Gudon says, the great thing about my age is that I started with the Commodore 64. Yo, that's so much gaming knowledge, man. I started with the NES. So I had an NES, and then I remember my friend let us borrow an Atari. So I played an Atari back in the day, but that was years after it came out. Let's see here. Rax is 19. Come on, guys. Stop lying, bruh. I'm turning 31 in a few weeks, and I'm proud. LOL. Yeah, man. Well, once you have kids, you gotta, you know, it's okay to be that age. And your kids are grown up, Abaddon. So I mean, it's not like for me, you know, I mean, like we've talked about, like I'm not trying to have like kids and be like I don't want to have kids like when I'm super old. So I'm glad that I had a child when I did, because it helped me mature even quicker. Rax don't crack or smoke it. Bernard Gogo says, I started with the Magnavox Odyssey 2. Yo, the Magnavox Odyssey 2. What's the Magnavox? I don't think I've ever played a Magnavox Odyssey. I've played, the oldest system I've ever played was like the old Nintendo like Game & Watch stuff. I've played that. And like I've played like an Atari. I've played like one of like the first Atari or whatever. That's the oldest thing that I've ever played. What was it? I've seen videos on the Magnavox Odyssey and stuff like that, but like what was it like? Was it like hype back then? Like for all my older gamers in here, because you guys carry that golden knowledge, man. We need you guys. Like what was it like back then? Like and we got 4 minutes left on the stream, so try to see if we can get this answered in that time period. But like, what was it like back then being a gamer, like with no internet and Magnavox Odyssey? Like, how did you hear about games? What was the experience like? Like, were you hyped? Like, you were hyped down about getting games? Like, what was it like back then? Because I wasn't alive, so what was it like? I want to know for those who were that old, like who lived through it, not people who got it way years later. But I mean, if you were alive during that time period, you were a kid and you got a Magnavox Odyssey. Like, what was it like? That'd be dope, like to talk to somebody about that. Shoot, I'm still in my game in my 70s. I dare someone to say something. Bruh, you're not in your 70s. You're not in your 70s. Oh, but you said when you get to your, I think when you said when you're getting to your 70s. Murdoch Loco says, it was a console. All games were black and yellow. I thought it was amazing. Sears catalog. Oh, Sears catalog, my man. That's how we found out about new things. Bro. This man out here like, I'm gonna buy some socks and this new game coming out, Space Invader Tours, bro. That's nuts. This man said dude, that's so awesome. That's cool. You're talking about a Sears catalog, bro. Look, I'm actually young enough that I remember Sears did. You jogged my memory. Yeah. Sears had video games. Like, it wasn't like a huge thing for Sears, but it was a thing to where they actually had a number of games. And I remember seeing, even when I was younger, seeing N64 and seeing different video games and different stuff advertised in Sears catalogs. Now, that's not the main way that I bought the games, but I remember seeing them in Sears catalogs too. But by that time, obviously, Sears, it wasn't like their gaming was going a little bit downhill. I'm thinking Sears probably was better back in that day, back when Murdoch Loco says. But yeah, man. Murdoch Loco says, my mom and dad tried to get me to skip the lingerie section in it. No, you don't skip that section. You're like, Nah, you don't skip that section. That was the best section, bro. Yo, what's up, Mensa Boateng? What's up, man? Let's see. Oh yeah, dude, Shadow Nexus. I didn't see your tweet. Can you tweet me again one more time? I did not see your tweet. What's your name on Twitter? Is your name Shadow of Nexus? Yeah, I need to get that Xenoblade 1 HD. We had a maniac in Germany. Yo. Somebody says I'll be 32 in May. When I would get my games at a store, it was all based off the cover art. Yeah, dude, cover art was key. It was like a thumbnail. It was like a YouTube thumbnail, dude. Cover art was key. Video games were clickbait back in the day. It was buy bait back in the day. But unlike YouTube, there was far greater consequences for the game being trash. When I used to go to Video City back in the day to rent games, I mean, we heard there was word of mouth, but when we rented a lot of games that we knew that were good, dude, we looked at the covers, man. We looked at the covers, and whatever was the hypest cover, that was the game that me and my brother were getting, you know? But, like, word of mouth was big back in the day, man. It was big back in the day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Evo. Let's see. Your grandma would buy me husky clothes from there? Nice, of Vizion. I know it's not my business to talk about this, but you get offended. Did I plan? Oh yeah, I'm definitely not talking about that rash. That's not appropriate for me to talk about. That's not appropriate. Either way, it's not appropriate. Let's see here. Remember when we changed the blood color in green in Mortal Kombat when our parents came? Bruh, yeah, dude. Let's see here. Crazy month for Nintendo. But all right, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it here. That is 2 hours solid live stream. Thank you guys for the support today. Really came in at the last half or two. I do appreciate the support. Thank you, Frank Rodriguez, Matthew. Was it Matthew Hammond? Yeah, Matthew Hammond. Thank you, Nintax, as well, for the Twitch sub. Thank you guys for all coming out. AS, Jay Davey, Warwick. Thank you guys so much for the donations today. We will be back later today. We are going to have a night session of PE Live. Probably like in about, give me about 2 hours or so, just to kind of pop the back or something. You know what I'm saying? Get something to eat. And get something to eat. Gonna relax just for a little bit. We'll be back with another night stream, and we might even stream Smash Brothers tonight after that. So it's just based on if there's anything that I got to report on for tomorrow morning, any bigger news sections that I got to report on, which I think there'll be some stuff, but I can just get a quick video done for you guys. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Great support today. Thank you. And we will be back. We will be back in a couple hours for the night session. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you do so, because that's when you know that you're going to get updates for live streaming. And also, guys, videos for today. Before we go, what's on the night stream? Don't worry, we'll have topics for the night stream. Don't worry about that. We'll have topics. Toby Buster! Andre Wine not letting me go in peace. This dude seriously waited for that. He literally trolled me on my own stream and said Buck Bumble. Oh my gosh. Well, that's the rule, guys. This is the rule, and the rule stays. So let's flare up that Buck Bumble. Oh God. Thank you for the $20 donation, Andre. I do appreciate that. Oh my God, dude. When you're trolled on your own stream with Buck Bumble. You gotta dance. You gotta do a little bit of it. You gotta do a little bit of the Buck Bumble. Gotta do a little bit of the quad with the Buck Bumble. Oh God. Okay. All right, guys. This song plays for a good 2 minutes and 37 seconds. You got questions? I'll answer those for the last part here. I'll also link my videos too, so I'll answer questions and link my videos. All right, guys. So we have a what should you buy on Darksiders? A little mini review, kinda. What should you buy on Darksiders? What should you buy on that? Darksiders on the Switch. So make sure you guys check that out on the channel. That was up. That already has over 1,000 views. So thank you so much for the support on that one, guys. We also had the Best Buy Nintendo Direct Switch leak. We talked about that, and I gave more of my thoughts on there. So Best Buy Switch leak. Best Buy Switch leak video. So we also talked about that in their core system. So make sure you guys check out that when you get the opportunity. Extended stream. Yeah, I know, exactly. So there's also that. Also, guys, last week's, yesterday's PE Live is up on the channel. That already has 1,000 views. 1.5 thousand. So thank you. That's a 2-hour stream. So thank you guys for that. Also, if you want to check out some crazy hidden gem for the Nintendo Switch, I can't because you're blocked. Did I block you, Shadow of Nexus? What did I do to block you, Shadow of Nexus? What did I do to block you? Is your name Shadow of Nexus on there? I blocked you? What did I block you for? What did you do? If I blocked you, that means you were being annoying. But anyway, let me what's your Twitter handle so I can unblock you? All right, crazy. Victor, okay, Victor, all these numbers. Okay, I'll remember that. All right, I'll unblock you. Crazy. Yeah, that I don't think DU. I don't think that's not a real rumor. That's not a real thing. I don't think it's coming. We don't even have Red Dead 1. So yeah, I'm not even gonna entertain that one. I don't think I don't think that's real. That game's like freaking 100 gigabytes. How is it gonna be on Switch? Like that's too much. Crazy hidden. We got a crazy hidden gem game as well. Crazy hidden gem game. All right. Well, there we go. That was the buck bumble for all of you guys. Shout outs to Andre. Thank you. No, I really appreciate that. Since I'm already answering questions. So there you go, guys. We'll play it one more time since I'm already answering questions. Shout outs to Andre. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. That's actually really generous of you, my man, to drop that last $20 donation. So we'll get you another one. I'll answer some more questions. It was an April Fool's Day on Monday. Yeah, exactly. April Fool's Day. It should be there, but they should start with the first one. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna be there though, dude. The game is freaking 100. The game's like over 100 gigabytes on the PS4 and Xbox One. How do you compress over 100 gigabyte game onto the Switch cartridge? Even with the 64 gigabyte cartridge, you still need like 40 more gigs. Like how? I don't even understand. Like they'd have to completely remake the game. They'd have to completely remake the game from scratch for the Switch. It couldn't be a port. Turn up the volume to the max. All right. Is that loud? That's definitely loud enough. It's probably drowning out my voice. There you go, Andre. Thoughts on the BioWare article? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, man. We'll probably talk more about that on the nightcap. Okay, all right. Sal Vasquez with the $2 donation. It says play Gusty Garden Mario Galaxy 4 for my son. Miss him. Shout outs to your son. And yeah, we'll play it right after this one here. Thank you for the $2 donation, Sal. Appreciate that. By the way, what are your PC specs to run it on Dolphin? I got like a GTX 960 and like 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, and an i7 processor. Let's see, why do you think developers now put games in a Switch cartridge? What? Why do I think developers now put games in a Switch cartridge? What does that mean? Devis Slim. And I don't know what you're talking about. Nintendo should have used this or add some storage. Nintendo clearly played themselves and they're paying for the price for it. Oh, let me ask you a question, John. If you have a portable system, if you have a hybrid, how are you going to use this? What type of discs are you going to use? Are you going to use a Blu-ray for a portable system? And you're saying that they're paying for it, but the Switch is selling more than the Xbox One, and it's outsold the PS4 on many occasions, and it's been one of Nintendo's most successful systems of all time, even at this point. The Wii U used this, and it didn't get as much support as the Switch is getting in terms of third-party games. The Switch uses cartridges, and it's getting more support. So, if you're saying that they're paying the price for it for not using this, the Wii U didn't use this, or the Wii U used this, and that didn't do well. So, I don't understand how they're paying the price for it and they're doing all this when they're selling like crazy and they're getting more third-party support than they got with the Wii U that used this. So yeah. Unless you got something else to say on that. Because as a portable system, you can't use Blu-ray. You can't use optical media. It's going to be too big. The system's just going to be way too big. So yeah. So I don't think they should have, considering the system's selling really well. It's about to outsell the Xbox One, you know? So you have your opinion, but then there's also facts. I disagree completely, by the way, because then Nintendo also would have had to split their base, right? Because you need to have a portable system. So then we would have had games that are exclusive to one system and games that are exclusive to the home console. Like, of discs. Like, I don't want that. I want everything to be on one system. And you can't do that with a portable. You can't have optical discs spinning in a like big disc like a Blu-ray. You can't do that. So yeah. But yeah, opinion's opinion. But I don't think they screwed themselves, man. I think they're getting a lot of support. I think they're getting a lot of games. They're not gonna get everything, but they're getting a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Guess the Garden Mario Galaxy. All right. So this one's gonna be the last one here, guys. The last music. I'm gonna turn it down though. This one's a bit of a banger. This one's a bit of a banger. I like this one though. I think you meant should have used this. I think you meant, yeah, you said should have used this. Like, oh no, never mind. Cartridges. Obviously cartridges are different. So yeah, this as in like Blu-ray discs. Yeah. You know what? You know what it means, OJ. Why do they put them inside of the Switch cartridge? I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means at all. I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. No idea what he's talking about. So yeah, you guys have any other questions while this music plays? Feel free to let them rip in the comment section. Or did you guys all bounce? No, we still got people here. Let's see. They just use the smallest cartridge. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Like I don't know if English is your first language. Maybe. They just use the smallest cartridge size. What do you mean they? Who's they? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Who's they? Man, the music is amazing. Okay, dude. This guy's ridiculous. This guy. Any other questions, guys? You, them. I don't know what this dude's talking about, dude. Just time him out for the rest of the stream. I don't know what he's talking about. He's spamming now. He said put 1% of the guy. What is he talking about? All right, we got this music's lasting for another 30 or so seconds. Any other questions, guys? Good stream, OJ. See you later. All right, take it easy, Andre. Thanks for you got 2 buck bumbles, my man. You got 2 buck bumbles for the price of 1. So thank you, Andre. That's for you being a super supporter, though, man. I do appreciate you. And the song is dope. I just freaking hate it at the same time. It's like I love to hate that song, but no. But really, I really dislike that buck bumble song at this point. But shout outs. I appreciate the support, though, homie. I really do. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Arrestus, I wonder if physical sales are higher than digital on Switch. Physical sales are higher. Physical sales. Best song? Bruh. Pineapple on Pizza? No. And with that, guys, all right, make sure you guys check out my links. Check out my crazy hidden gem videos. Check out all the stuff that I've done on the channel. If you want to hear me talk more, yesterday's PE Live is up. Both of the PE, well, no, not the nightcap of PE Live because I'm editing that one, but I'll probably make that be live pretty soon here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support. I appreciate all the donations, guys. Really generous today. And I'll see you guys back in a couple hours. I'll see you guys back in a couple hours. Follow me on Twitter so you can get all the latest updates on when I go live. My Twitter link is in the description below. But all right. Oh, is Mandy streaming? Oh, snap. Mandy's streaming. Hopefully she doesn't stop soon here. Let me check. You guys want to go raid Mandy? Let's go raid Mandy. Let's go raid Mandy. Mandy's streaming. She's streaming. Oh, she's streaming Final Fantasy VII. She's streaming Final Fantasy VII. Let's go raid Mandy. Let's all raid her. She's in a boss battle. Raid Mandy. All right, let's all go raid Mandy. Here you go. All right, go raid her. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Avedon, for letting me know that Mandy's streaming. And we'll see you guys later tonight for PE Live, the Nightcast. All right, peace out, guys.